Hi guys, so in this video I wanted to break down some really easy ways that you can reduce your cost per click in your Google Ads account. Now cost per click, or CPCs, is the metric point Google give you so you can understand how much you are paying every time somebody clicks on your ad. And the way this is worked out is ad spend over clicks. So for example, if you spent $100 on a particular campaign and you received 10 clicks, your average cost per click would have been $10. Now you can view cost per click at the campaign level, at the ad group level, and the keyword level. And the optimizations that I'm going to go through today will apply pretty much to every single one of these levels. Now, getting into the first point, and you probably know this already, but it's using negative keywords. Now, I'm sure you're aware of this already, but a lot of people don't really know how to apply this correctly. Now, of course, you can apply this at the campaign and the ad group level, which you should be doing, but you should also be leveraging the power of negative keyword lists, because what this will do is allow you to have a preset list of negative keywords that you can apply to specific campaigns. So for example, if there are a bunch of search terms we just don't want to show for at all, we can create what's called a master negative keyword list and apply this to every single campaign really easily. And this will be automatically applied to future campaigns going forward. So let's just say you're a coach and you want to exclude searches around people looking for salaries or jobs or careers in your specific coaching field, because that's not relevant to the Google ad campaign objectives. You can create a negative keyword list to automatically exclude any searches related to those categories for all of your campaigns. By doing this, you're going to reduce wasted ad spend and in turn reduce your cost per clicks. The next point is simply pausing high CPC keywords. Now, this sounds fairly obvious, but a lot of people don't actually take the time to review their keyword data. Now, if you go into your campaigns and your ad groups, you're probably going to find very high CPC keywords that are not performing. What I want you to do is test pausing those to see how it affects your average CPCs and your performance. Because if your performance doesn't dip, but your cost per clicks drop, that's a really big win for the account, because what you'll be able to do is buy more traffic at a much cheaper rate. Now, the third thing you can do to reduce your CPCs is testing different keyword variations. So let's say you go into your campaigns and your ad groups, and then you see high performing keywords, but they also have really high cost per clicks. What can you do to get around that? So what I want you to do is take that specific keyword and go into the keyword planner, plug it in and look for cheaper variations of that keyword. Now these could be long tail variations, short tail variations, it doesn't really matter. However, what you're looking for is less expensive variations of that keyword that you can bid on, which are ultimately going to charge you less, and then in turn lower your cost per clicks. Now an example of this would be if you're a gambling company and you're bidding on the keyword blackjack, right? Blackjack is a super expensive keyword. If you don't know, I think it's around 80 to 90 pounds just for one click. However, if you test a variation play blackjack online or play blackjack games, what you'll find is that Google is going to charge you a lot less for that long tail variation of the keyword, and then in turn you can get pretty similar results while paying a lot less. So again, this is a really cool way to be a bit more efficient with your ad spend, and I would definitely recommend that you check it out. Now, the next thing you can do, and this is in a similar vein to my last point, is testing different match type targeting. So what you are probably going to find is most of your high CPC keywords are using exact match. Now, let's just say you do have very high performing keywords that are driving conversions, but they're high CPCs and they are using exact match. What I would like you to do is test a new variation of the same keyword. You can do it in the same ad group, it's totally fine, but use phrase match as your targeting instead. Now, simply by doing this, Google usually will charge you less. And the reason is when you use exact match, you're paying a premium for Google to only show for that specific keyword or very close variants of that. And as a result, Google usually charge you extra. Whereas when you are running phrase match, you're giving Google a little bit more flexibility to show for variations of that keyword, some of which are going to be cheaper, but are still going to drive conversions for you. So that's a really good tactic to play around with, and I would highly suggest you do that, especially if you do have keywords that are already driving performance, but are currently very expensive. Okay, so the next suggestion I have for you to reduce your cost per clicks is making device bid adjustments. Now, what Google allows you to do is adjust how much you're bidding based upon the device you are targeting on your campaigns. So for example, if you find that your cost per clicks are inflated on a specific device, you can reduce that bid by 20%, 30, 50%. You can even exclude it from your campaigns. And the purpose of this is that this is going to bring down your average CPC and allow you to spend more efficiently. Now, I want to caveat this. You don't just want to downbid on specific devices just because your cost per click is high. If you are getting conversions from that device, I would suggest leaving it. However, let's just say Google is charging you a premium CPC for tablet devices on one of your campaigns, and you're not getting any conversions on that campaign. Then I would suggest either reducing the bids for that particular device or excluding it completely from your campaigns. So that way you can reallocate that budget into desktop and mobile devices where you're getting more performance and you're targeting better quality traffic, which is a lot cheaper. Now, the final recommendation I have for you is readjusting your smart bidding strategies. Now, most of you watching this are probably using a target CPA or a target ROAS smart bidding strategy, which is fine. However, what I want you to do is play around with different target CPA and target ROAS levels, because what you'll find is playing around with those metrics is actually going to have an impact on your CPCs. And if you are trying to lower your CPCs, what you might find is that when you increase or even decrease your target ROAS or bid strategies, that might inflate or deflate your cost per clicks, which is going to actually have an impact on the volume and potentially even the traffic, quality of traffic you're bidding on. So I'll definitely have a play around with that. Be very cautious with this. You only want to adjust it by 10 to 15% in the beginning, and then giving it around, I would say, 5 to 7 days before you make any further adjustments. Great, guys. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video.